Hello. So I'm looking at an article, and the article is talking about California tap water, and it says that it is linked to thousands of cancer cases. So in the article, it's out of USA Today. It says California tap water linked to thousands of cancer cases, and a study suggests. So I remember, I recall some years ago, there was a who didn't want his daughter drinking the tap water. And this was at a place where I was. And he, for some reason, he did not want his daughter to drink the tap water because he felt that there was something wrong with it. And I guess he was right. When you think about it, he was right. There must have been something wrong with the tap water. So I'm trying to focus on the call and get down here, but it won't let me. But don't worry, I will get to the article. I just thought it was amazing that, already people will buy a lot of store bought water because of the fear of, the things that could be in regular water. But I believe that this is not just in California, it could be in other places as well. I'm going to close this. So it's going to a lot of things that I don't want it to go to. Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can pull that article up again. But yeah, I noticed that some of the things that people thought weren't real or weren't happening are happening. So I have the article. Um, I'm going to read the article. Even if you can't see the article, I'm going to try to read it. Okay. And then I will pull the article up again. See, maybe it'll come in. It won't. There's a lot of things going on, so I don't know. It's telling me to subscribe to something. I don't really read USA Today that much, I don't think. Usually, if I read something a lot, then it usually won't come up. I don't think I do the Los Angeles Times a lot more than any other article um, or news articles. It's usually Los Angeles Times or Huffington Post. Um, let's see. It's crazy because let's see. The ads from this usually is what gets in the way. So, drinking California tap water could increase the number of cancer cases. So, the ads kind of jump in the way. Latest on USA Today. That's a whole nother topic in and of itself. Military sex assaults up 38%. And that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. So, let me see if I can pull this up a little more. Okay. USA Today, they have they run a lot of ads. So the ads sometimes they get in the way of the articles you can't see. So drinking California tap water could increase the number of cancer cases. You can't see it. So what I'm gonna do is go to another. And a lot of times what I do is when this happens, I saw some other articles that actually have the same thing. And it doesn't jump around. So It says the cases statewide by more than 15,000 over the course of a lifetime. A new study says, so looking at how drinking water pollutants interact to affect human health rather than looking at each one separately, researchers analyzed data in more than 2,700 California community water systems from 2011 to 2015. So the estimated 15,449 added cancer cases over the course of 70 years means 221 annual cancer cases from drinking water that is pollution or pollutant water, researchers said in an article published Tuesday in peer review journal Environmental Health. The researchers were a team of scientists from the Environmental Working Group, a nonprofit advocacy group. So drinking water rarely contains only one contaminant, but yet regulators currently assess the health hazard of the tap water pollutants one by one. This ignores the combined effects of multiple pollutants, so which is how people ingest them in the real world, the group said in the statement. So apparently it is extremely hazardous. So the group looked at the levels of carcinogenic and toxic contaminants in drinking water and found small to mid-sized communities faced with the greatest cancer risks. So in 495 water systems affecting more than 3 million people, there was a cancer risk greater than one additional case per 1,000 people. So in 1,177 systems affecting more than 28 million people. So there was a risk of 1 per 1,000 to 1 per 10,000 people. So see the ads, they keep popping up. Go away, ads. I was fortunate to get that far through the article, but what do you think about it? Even though USA Today, come on now, they have all of these things going on with the drinking water. Here it goes on to say there's more into it. Okay, so the group reported arsenic. Ooh, that's not good. Arsenic is really dangerous. That I remember. Um, it's really dangerous. So it said they reported arsenic. So it jumps around so much. So arsenic contributed to an additional 7,251 estimated cancer cases. So other potential harmful chemicals include various disinfectant byproducts and hexavalent chromium, so also known as chromium 6 or Aaron Brockovich chemical. Okay, so Kelly Reynolds, Director of Environmental Exposure Science and Risk Assessment Center at the University of Arizona, who was not involved with the study, told CNN there is no safe level of arsenic in drinking water. That's what I was thinking, because it's deadly. So the researchers said the pollutants now are below legal limits, contributed to more than 85% of the estimated cancer risk, highlighting the need for lower limits for these pollutants. So more research is needed in understanding how pollutants interactions affect humans. Tasha Stoiber, one of the study's authors, told CNN, so because little is known about these interactions, the case could overestimate and underestimate risk. So there's other articles, but they're unrelated. So what do you think? I knew it was a short article, but it just jumped around a lot because of the ads. So sorry for that. But this jumped out at me in particular because a lot of people will go to the store and they'll wonder, well, why are we buying this tap water? The other thing is, do you think tap water is really safe? Because that has to be cleansed out, that has to be filtered, it has to be, they have to get all the pollutants out of the store bought water that we buy, which one's the best. because they did a test on the store-bought water and also found that some of it contained pollutants. So, California tap water linked to thousands of cancer cases. Study suggests out of USA Today by Ryan W. Miller. And so, I guess there's a video attached to it. I'm not going to play the video, but it's probably the same thing. So, you might be getting enough water, but are you drinking the right way? Ken Lumen or Carrie Lumen shares some tips to make your good habit even better. So if you want to look at this article, if you have time, it's California tap water linked to thousands of cancer cases. Studies suggest if you live in the California region, but I would bet that it's not just California. I bet that it's in other places. I'm sure. So I'm looking right now to see if this is coming out clear. Yeah, it is. So yeah, so it's just unfortunate. Just another revelation of what people already knew, or sense had a feeling that was going on. So anyway, what do you think about this? What would you do? What are alternatives? But I really believe that this is happening everywhere. I don't think it's just in California. I think, the way has time has went on, that a lot of water everywhere has been polluted and it has a lot of contaminants in it because people throw away things, they flush things down the toilet, um, they put things in the street, like if it's, something toxic, they throw it in rivers, they throw it in oceans, um, they try to, pretend like they're, just throwing away something that's harmless, and when in fact it's toxic or it's something that's damaging. We've seen a lot of stories like that where they put barrels and barrels of toxic chemicals and pollutants, or they spill in the ocean, or they put them somewhere, um, in river um, areas where there's rivers that flow, and then somehow it gets in people's houses, in your drinking faucet, and so it all connects. But I feel like it's just the end of pretty much end times. It's sort of like, with the measles outbreak, that was something that was supposed to be eradicated in 2000, and here we got this battle with measles. Now this with the tap water. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, you could drink tap water. It wasn't, heavily polluted with all of the chemicals and whatnot. But now, in this day and age, everything is risky. What are your thoughts, your feedback on this? I know some people say, well, I kind of didn't like the tap water because it tasted funny, and they drink store-bought water and that tastes a little better. So that can give you a clue that something wasn't right about the water. But what about, when you wash, you bathe in it, you brush your teeth in it, you're gonna have some contact with it of some sort. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening.